experience in this new virtual world. Now you have a place to take your computer for honest and reliable service. Visit www.centexcomputers.com for locations and times. Centex Computers Hutto is the official computer experts for On the Air with Mike Allen.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand-new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Hi, Tom here from Spot On with Lino and Tom. Tune in for some topical discussion and laugh therapy with Lino and me. I'll be covering my favorites like Weird News of the Week and what I'm liking on Netflix, the next best gadget, and whatever else comes to mind.
We both have our own interests. I love recording on the latest movies being filmed here in Boston, checking out new musical talent, and just talking to people.
We'll also be featuring segments such as on-the-spot interviews where Lynn and I venture out and ask questions of our listening public.
That's my favorite part. Besides hanging out with my buddy Tom. Now that's the icing on the cake. And cake. I love talking about cake. We love talking about everything. So tune in Monday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern right here at Armed Radio Global.
Armed Radio Global presents its new 2015 Talk at Night lineup.
Mondays 8 p.m. Eastern. Spot On with Lino and Tom.
Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. Mondays and Fridays 10 p.m. Eastern.
On Tuesdays, Talk Time with Val 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by High Five at 10 p.m. Eastern with Johnny and Mikey.
Wednesdays on the air with Mike Allen 10 p.m. EST, and Thursdays Night Talk with Joe Rocks 10 p.m. Eastern.
Join the talk now on Ustream TV. Replays on Spreaker. Exclusively on Armed Radio Global.
All right, welcome back to the show on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline. Joe, Huggy Bear Huggins. We've been talking about Inflategate, and welcome into the Armed Radio Global Man Cave, Texas. Why did you do that?
That was so mean.
Why did you do that?
I thought it would be kind of funny.
Look, God, Patrick. You don't stick something like that in a woman's face. That is not polite.
My apologies.
Man, especially Miss Heather. Heather's our paranormal expert. She's going to turn some spirits loose on you.
Yes, I am.
Welcome, Heather. We're talking, of course, you and your husband watch football. What do you think about this whole Inflategate and all that BS?
I think it is bullshit.
That's what I think. I think it's all about nothing. I think that if anything happens to anybody on that team, coach or otherwise, I think it's stupid. It's just a stupid thing.
I agree.
All right, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
Seahawks.
Heather?
Seahawks.
I know she's being real wary now because Patrick shoved that mic in her face like they're on a date or something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting punched in the stomach.
Right?
Man. Well, here's my prediction. And this is what I hope happens. I know I am not I'm a Detroit Lions fan, so my team is the only team that has a legitimate bitch about getting screwed in the playoffs. That being said, I would love to see Tom Brady and Belichick and the whole Patriots team get their fourth Super Bowl. if you think about it,
It's not gonna happen.
Brady has been playing since 1999. 2000 was his first year when they won the Super Bowl, or the 2001 Super Bowl, the 2002 Super Bowl when they played 2001 when he stepped in for Bledsoe. So from 2001 to 2014, that's 13 years. 6 Super Bowl appearances. And just how he was brought into the league is an absolutely fantastic story. I mean, picked in the 7th round. They call him the Brady Six now. 6 quarterbacks picked in front of him. He was picked as a backup to the Patriots behind Bledsoe, who was already established as the quarterback. They were on their way to their first Super Bowl, and Bledsoe gets knocked out of that game. Now, who are they playing, Joe? Do you remember?
Whenever he got knocked out, or in that Super Bowl?
When Bledsoe got knocked out.
I mean, it was. I mean, if I remember correctly, was it
the Jets?
Towards the middle of the season.
Yeah, they were 6 games into the season, and his rib was punctured his lung.
And then, and then he came in, and then Brady won 7 out of 8 or something.
Yeah, well, Brady came in, finished that game, which they lost, and then
and then he won every game,
and then
after
won out,
that,
and then won the Super Bowl. Yep, and then won, and they played. They actually played the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah, it was the Rams,
which was going back for their 2nd Super Bowl, and they lost.
Yeah.
20-17.
Yep, 20-17, and that was 2001, and that was the Patriots and the 9/11 and all that kind of stuff. So that guy's been around, man. And he's in his 6th Super Bowl, and the kid, it doesn't seem like he's getting any older. I mean, he just goes out there and wins football games.
He's a tough quarterback,
and you gotta give him props. I mean, you gotta give it to him. He's one of the best ever to play the game, and
oh yeah,
you can't take that away from him, no matter what's going on with Spygate and all that stuff. Which I really don't think. At the end of the day, you got to line up and you got to execute. And if you know exactly the plays that the other team is playing, that other team can still beat you if they execute cleanly. So the Spygate and the inflated balls and all this BS really is much ado about nothing.
Well, I mean, you can tell, but that's just and this is what's stupid, but this is the football world that we live in. That's so whenever I'm being devil's advocate, all I'm doing is saying, this is the NFL that we're in now. They care more about their public image than they do about the product on the field. And they pretend like they care about the product on the field by tweaking all of these things, and all of us hate them for tweaking. It's we're going to get rid of extra points. We're going to try to eliminate the kickoff. For real, if they could have it their way, nobody would play defense. You wouldn't be allowed. They wouldn't have any tackling.
Well, let me ask you this:
glorified 7-on-7 flag football or 2-hand touch football.
Let me ask you this:
in a perfect world, that's what they'd want.
Well, Joe, let me ask you this, and I've been kicking around this question for a while, and I keep forgetting to bring it up, but now I remembered. Do you think if we were to take the world we live in now, with the instant information and the 10, 15, 20 cameras, high-definition cameras, super slow-mo, 1,000 frames a second, if you think we could take this technology that we have now, all our smartphones and all these things, instant replay, and went back to the 70s, how do you think the Jack Lamberts, the Dick Buckuses, the Howie Longs, the Lyle Alzados of the Raiders, how do you think those guys would fare as far as all the stuff that they were doing back then, which we glorify in NFL films, but now my boy Sue on the Lions steps on somebody, oh my God, he's the worst human being. Do you watch the old NFL films with the NFL's greatest hits from the 70s and the Lamberts and the Jack Ham?
Yeah, they have some of them when I'm bartending, they'll have like NFL Story, and they'll just show a bunch of the old.
And they're like
the stuff that they could get away with back then is ridiculous.
And Deacon Jones grabbing face masks and whipping people.
Yeah. The face mask was created because he would just grab people by their face and slam them on the ground.
Now, how do you think those guys would fare today with this whole 24-hour news cycle and the fact that people think about anything like all this BS we're talking about now? Do you think they would have survived?
If football would have been created and started out with all of the technology and everything that we have now,
we'd basically have soccer.
Yeah, I don't think it would have lasted this long.
I think there would be no football.
Because you got to think now they're tweaking a product that they already make billions of dollars off of, which their whole fan base, the people who make all of this money for them or watch the show so they get these stupid TV deals. I don't even know how those work. That's just ridiculous. But they're making, money hand over fist, and they're still tweaking this product. And if anything, they're making it worse. And it's apparent that, the instant replay. I mean, I remember right before they did the instant replay, and there was that Jerry Rice fumble in the NFC Championship game, which obviously wasn't a fumble, and you could see it 100 times. And that's when they were like, okay, we need to be able to review. That's totally fine. That's totally acceptable. But some of the stuff are now you can't touch them after 5 yards. So we're going to keep calling these illegal contacts for
unless you're playing the Dallas Cowboys.
Run in.
No. You can touch them after.
Try to run through a DB.
Hold on.
You called for a flag every time.
Hold on. You can't touch them after 5 yards unless you're the Dallas Cowboys playing the Lions in a wild card.
You can get all in their face.
I just want to throw that out there. Then you can knock the guy down with the balls in the air.
But it's getting so ridiculous. They're tweaking such a good product that it can't last. It's like they're trying to strap too many add-ons to a Honda Civic. Your Civic's fine. Quit putting stuff on the car.
Yeah.
And quit taking stuff away from it, because pretty soon your car's just not going to work. And it's going to look all cool and flashy, but it's not going to be crap. It's going to be exactly that. It's going to be crap. It's not going to do anything. And I think that the fan base that they have is already kind of set. But if they had all the technology and the cameras and the instant replay and the extended rules and the shorter kickoffs and all of that stuff, I don't think it would have lasted as long. That's why people love college football so much in this country. And some people love college football and hate professional football. But you never really meet anybody who just hates college football but loves pro football.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like college football because it's almost like it used to be. It's closer to what the old product was. It's almost like a better model. It's like a newer version, but it's still just as messed up because of all the money. But that's a whole other story. But yeah,
we'll cover that another day.
Grassroots. It's like grassroots football.
Well, hey, you going to make it out next week?
I'm going to try to. I'm supposed to be going to Dallas next week. I'm either going to be leaving on Sunday or Thursday. One of those two. It's my mom's birthday.
You got to go spend time with
Mom. I told her I'd be there and get footage of my mom on her birthday for my documentary. So if I'm in Dallas, you can still call me, though. You can always still call me anytime if I'm on the road or anywhere, as long as I'm not near a black hole dead zone in California with my cell phone. I'm pretty much attainable at all times.
Sounds good. Well, we'll at least get you on the phone next week, and, of course, we got to get the camera set up, buddy.
Yeah. I was actually looking at that stuff today. I think I found a pretty sweet setup that's going to be fairly cheap. So I'm just going to email you all the specs and let you look at it and stuff.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for joining us, Joe. We will talk to you next week, buddy. Hey, listen in.
I'm picking the Seahawks, by the way.
Take the Seahawks. I'm the only Patriots fan in here. All right.
Later, guys.
Later, man. On the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline, that was Joe Huggy Bear Huggins. Stick around. After the top of the hour, we have Deacon August Wise from StopMasturbationNow.org. But first, an open letter, my rant. Dear Indianapolis Colts fans, you lost. No, check that. You got your ass handed to you. In the playoffs, there's only supposed to be the best of the best left. Somehow your team got through and went up to New England where you got curb stomped. But hold the phone. It seems that you went into that game with an unfair advantage. It seems that the New England Patriots, the team that beat you like you owed them money, were using balls that were underinflated to make the ball easier to grip and catch, and apparently rendered your team totally ineffective in offense, defense, basic tackling skills, running the ball.